Everything is about to change. One moment, one choice, and one broken promise will shift the entire summer. In episode 6, the tension doesn't just build, it explodes. And the questions that have been quietly burning in the background finally step into the light. Who can Belly really trust? What happens when the love triangle isn't just messy, but dangerous? If you thought the last episode left you breathless, get ready, because what comes next will hurt. Last episode gave us more than just drama. It gave us a crack in the calm surface everyone was trying to protect. Belly found herself caught between the past and the present, and the weight of everything she's lost is starting to catch up. We saw her walking along the shore, not with hope, but with heaviness. That lightness she once carried during summer days seems almost gone now. The beach that used to feel like home feels unfamiliar. A place filled with old memories instead of new beginnings. Conrad is still trying to hold himself together, but it's clear he's breaking underneath. The way he looks at Belly now feels different. It's not just love, it's regret. It's knowing he had something special, and he let it slip away. Every word he doesn't say is louder than the ones he does. He's no longer just the quiet, thoughtful boy, he's the one who's watching everything fall apart in slow motion. Jeremiah, on the other hand, is done waiting. He's more present, more bold, and more willing to fight for Belly. But that makes things even more complicated. Because when you're the one who's always been second choice, it's hard not to wonder if you're just a backup. In episode 5, we saw that struggle in his eyes. The smile he wears is real, but the fear behind it is growing. He's scared of getting hurt again, but he's more scared of letting her go. We also got small moments that said more than any big scene. Taylor and Steven continue their quiet dance around each other. It's not clear what they're hiding or who they're hiding from, but it's becoming harder to pretend that everything's fine. Laurel Belly's mom is holding on for everyone, but even she's cracking. Susanna's memory still lingers in the house, in the air, in the pauses between conversations. And it's not just a memory, it's a ghost that none of them have really let go of. Episode 5 didn't scream. It whispered, but those whispers were heavy, with secrets, with longing, with the feeling that something big is coming. Something they can't stop. And now, as we head into episode 6, the silence is about to break. It starts with a silence that feels wrong. Not peaceful. Not calm. The kind of silence that shows up right before everything goes wrong. Episode 6 doesn't open with a bang. It opens with stillness. But in that stillness, something has changed. You can feel it in the way Belly walks through the house. She's moving like someone who knows something she can't unknow. It's like someone carrying a secret that could break everything. She's holding her breath, and so are we. In this episode, summer doesn't feel warm anymore. The sun is still shining, the waves still roll in, but everything feels colder. There's tension in the air. The kind that makes you look over your shoulder wondering what's about to happen. The kind that makes even laughter sound like it's hiding something. We see Belly standing at the edge of something, not a cliff or a choice, but a moment she can't turn back from. She's torn, not between two boys, but between two versions of herself. The girl who wants to believe in love, and the girl who's tired of being hurt by it. This time, it's not about who loves her more. It's about who she becomes if she keeps holding on. Conrad has a moment that could change it all. It's quiet, just a few words. But it's the kind of moment that either saves everything or ruins it completely. He says something he should have said a long time ago, but the timing is off. Maybe too late. Maybe not late enough. His eyes say one thing, his voice says another. And Belly is left wondering which one is true. Jeremiah, meanwhile, is done being patient. There's a fire in him this episode we haven't seen before. He's not just the easygoing boy anymore. Sharp now, focused, determined, and when someone crosses a line you'll know when you see it. He doesn't hold back. There's a confrontation coming, one that's been building for too long, one that might finally push things too far. But the real surprise doesn't come from Conrad or Jeremiah. It comes from someone no one was watching. Someone who has stayed quiet, stayed safe, until now. It's what they do will shift everything. friendships, trust, maybe even the entire summer. This episode doesn't just give you answers, it asks new questions, the kind that hurt, the kind that keep you up at night. And when the final scene plays, you'll find yourself staring at the screen, waiting for something, anything to soften the blow. But episode 6 doesn't give comfort, it gives truth. The truth hits hard. Asterisk, it's not just the story that's changing, it's them. One by one, the people we thought we knew are becoming someone else. Episode 6 doesn't just test relationships, it tests identity. And this time, feelings aren't just feelings, they're choices. Heavy ones. Belly is the heart of it all, but her heart isn't steady anymore. She's been pulled in every direction by grief, by guilt, by love that feels both too much and never enough. This episode shows us a Belly who is no longer innocent. Not in the wide-eyed, dreamy way she was in season 1. She's starting to see what love costs. That choosing someone might mean losing part of herself. And for the first time, we see her hesitate. Not because she doesn't feel enough, but because she feels too much. This is her turning point. Conrad has always been hard to read. Cold on the outside, storming underneath. But episode 6 peels back a layer even he didn't want to reveal. There's a moment, not loud, not dramatic, where he almost lets it all go. Where you see the boy he was before he learned to hide everything. The boy who loved quietly, hurt deeply, and always believed he had more time. This episode doesn't give Conrad peace. It gives him a mirror and what he sees in it. He might not like. Jeremiah is tired of waiting to be chosen. And maybe he shouldn't have to. There's a part of him in this episode that finally snaps. Not with anger, but with honesty. He's done pretending he's okay being second. Done laughing off what hurts. Says something this time that leaves Belly speechless. Not because it's cruel, because it's real. He's stepping out of the shadow he's been living in for years. And whether or not she sees him differently, he's starting to see himself more clearly. Stephen and Taylor, they're the quiet fire. They don't take up space in every scene, but when they do, something shifts. They're growing up fast. Too fast. In episode 6, one of them makes a choice that could either bring them closer or burn everything down.
Ow.
It's not about love for them anymore. It's about timing. And time, in this story, is always running out. Laurel is trying to hold everything together, but you can feel the weight she carries. It's in her voice, in the way she watches her daughter without saying a word. She sees the storm coming before anyone else does. But this time, she doesn't step in to stop it. She lets it come. Maybe because she knows they need to face it. Maybe because she's finally too tired to fix it all. And then there's the absence that still haunts every frame. Susanna, she's not there, but she's everywhere. Her memory is the thread that ties everyone together, and the silence that tears them apart. No one says her name much anymore, but everything they do is because of her. These aren't the same people we met at the start of summer. They're not just falling in love, they're falling apart. What they become next depends on what they're willing to lose. Asterisk, it doesn't happen in the middle of the day. It happens at night, when the music's too loud, and the fire is too bright, when people are pretending to be okay. That's when it hits. There's a bonfire, not the soft, memory-making kind. This one feels like a storm disguised as a party. Laughter rings out, but it doesn't sound right. Everyone's trying to forget something, even just for a few hours. But you can only fake it for so long. Belly is there, but she's not really there. She's standing in a crowd but feels alone, looking at faces that used to feel safe now. They just remind her of everything that's gone wrong. She spots Jeremiah across the fire. For a second, he looks like he's going to come to her, but someone grabs his arm, pulls him back. He doesn't resist. Then there's Conrad. Off to the side, back against the wall, like he's part of the background. He's watching her, like he always does. Not with anger, not with jealousy, with something quieter. Regret, maybe, or maybe something worse. Acceptance. As if he's already decided how this ends. The moment that breaks everything doesn't scream. It whispers. It starts with a secret being said out loud, not by accident, on purpose. a line crossed in front of everyone. One sentence that freezes the air. The small tensions finally explode. Not fists, not screaming. It's truth. Truth that lands like a punch. Jeremiah steps forward first. His face isn't soft anymore.
Yes.
This time, when he looks at Conrad, there's no brother in his eyes. Just hurt. Belly tries to stop it, but it's too late. Someone says something they can't take back. The space between them all suddenly feels miles wide. The fire behind them keeps burning, but no one's warm. This is the part in the story where everything splits, where feelings don't just get hurt, they get shattered. This isn't just a fight. This is the moment when the summer finally turns cold. And as the night ends, someone leaves. Not just for air, not just for the night. They walk away from it all. From the house, from the group, from the girl. Don't look back. We don't know where they're going, but we know they're not. Coming back the same, asterisk, the next morning doesn't start with birds chirping or waves crashing. It starts with silence. A heavy, hollow kind, the kind that makes even footsteps sound too loud. Everyone woke up, but no one really slept in the house. It feels different, as if something invisible cracked in the walls. No one's talking about what happened. They're just moving around it like it's still in the room. Belly walks downstairs, like she's waiting to be stopped, but no one stops her. She passes Jeremiah in the kitchen. Not a word, just a glance. 1 second too long, and then it's gone. Conrad is gone. Not missing, just ... not there. No note, no explanation. Just a cold mug of coffee left untouched on the table. The kind of absence that says more than words ever could. Belly doesn't ask where he went. Maybe she already knows. Maybe she's too tired to care. Or maybe caring hurts too much now. Taylor and Steven sit on opposite ends of the couch. Close, but not close enough. Something was said last night between them two. Something small that somehow carried weight. Taylor's eyes are red. Steven's hands keep fidgeting. They're not mad at each other, but they're not sure if they're okay either. Laurel feels it, all of it. The energy in the house, the regret, the fear of saying the wrong thing. She stands in the doorway of Belly's room but doesn't step inside. She opens her mouth too. Speak, then closes it. Sometimes love is knowing when not to say anything at all. And right now, everything would be the wrong thing. Belly sits on her bed, looking out the window. She's not crying. She's past that. She's in the quiet kind of pain. The one that just sits with you. She thinks about the bonfire. That sentence she can't unhear. The way Jeremiah looked at her like she wasn't who he thought she was. Or maybe like he's realizing she's exactly who he always knew she was. And that's the problem. There's no fight this morning. No door slamming. No screaming. Just a slow drift apart. Space between them is growing. Not because they wanted to, but because no one knows how to close it. This episode isn't about big events. It's about the ache that follows them. The questions that wake you up before your alarm. The things left unsaid that build walls brick by brick. And as the day goes on, the only thing anyone can think is, how do you come back from this? Asterisk, there's no music, just the sound of waves. It's late past the time when anything good is supposed to happen. The kind of hour when the world feels too quiet and the smallest decisions feel too big. Everyone else is asleep, or pretending to be. Belly steps outside, barefoot hoodie pulled over her head. She walks past the chairs on the porch, past the bike with the chain half off, past the flowers that have started to wilt in the vase no one refilled. Everything feels paused, like the world is waiting. She makes her way to the beach. Same beach. Same moon, but everything feels wrong. She sees him before she hears him. A figure sitting in the sand, knees pulled up, arms around them, alone, not just physically, emotionally. She stops a few steps behind, doesn't speak, doesn't move, just watches. It's Conrad. He's been here all night, or maybe longer. His head turns slightly like he senses her there. He doesn't say her name, doesn't ask why she came. Maybe he already knows. Maybe this is the only place either of them knows how to go. Anymore, she walks toward him, slowly, cautiously, not like she's scared of him, like she's scared of what this moment might mean. When she sits down next to him, there's space. Between them, not much, but enough to feel like a question. Neither of them looks at the other. They just stare out at the ocean. Like maybe it holds an answer they've been chasing all summer. And then he speaks. One sentence. Just one. It's not loud. It's not dramatic. But it's real. Raw. It's the kind of line that doesn't solve anything but changes everything. We don't hear it. The screen cuts to black the moment his lips part. And then, just before the credits roll, the sound of Belly, hailing sharply. Like whatever he said was the one thing she never expected, silence follows. Not peaceful silence. Heavy silence. The kind that says, this story isn't done, not even close. Asterisk, some endings don't feel like endings. They feel like a pause. Like a deep breath held too long. Like standing on the edge of something you can't name but you. No, it's big. That's what episode 6 gives us. Not closure, not clarity. Just questions that stick to your skin long after the screen goes dark. Who walked away for good? And who's just running for now? What did Conrad say on that beach? Will Belly finally stop looking for safety in the places that keep hurting her? This summer started with memories, with moments that felt soft and warm and simple, but summer doesn't. Stay still. It shifts. It changes. And now, everything's tangled. The people, the promises, the past. What's coming in episode 7 is more than just fallout. It's the part of the story where you stop asking who ends up with who and start asking, who survives what's left? And if you think the heartbreak is over, it's only just getting started. So now ask yourself, who are you rooting for? Are you afraid of losing? And what if the person Belly chooses in the end isn't either of them? The Summer I Turned Pretty, Season 3, Episode 6, leaves us in the dark on purpose. But the light is coming, just not the way you expect. If you're still holding your breath, you're not alone. Don't miss what's next. Subscribe, stay close, and come back for episode 7, because nothing this summer is simple anymore. Not love, not family, not goodbye.